So you bought yourself a little bit of real estate out in the country. You have a farm going, but you really want some livestock. Right, welcome to your one-stop guide on animal husbandry as it stands right now in Darkness Falls version 4.1. Animal babies will be a random rare drop from killing cows, goats, sheep, and boars. Kane has said that there are no dogs yet due to some code issues. Goats are only found in the desert biome, sheep in the snow, and the cow and boars are in the forest biome. I would like to emphasize the word rare over here. Some are lucky to get a baby drop, while others have been roaming the countryside, mass slaughtering every animal that they can find without getting a drop. Nothing at all. So, for those struggling, you are not alone. Just play the game and hope you get a drop. If a miracle does actually happen and you receive a baby from heaven, the drop will usually appear as a piece of paper with the sex written onto it. Now, before you do anything else, place your fencing. If you are keeping boars, these things are horny as hell and very active in more ways than one. So, with boars, at least 3 blocks or more is required when it comes to your fence. Boars also will climb on top of one another and jump over the fence in no time. Female goats also seem quite feisty. Add the baby to your taskbar and place it on the ground within your fence. Within a few seconds, it will appear in front of you as a male or a female animal, depending on what you put down. No food is required, no feeding, just place it on the ground and the miracle of birth will happen. So, what do the animals do now? Well, they get screwing and making babies. Well, the AI does, at least in the background. However, in my playing and testing, so far things have been relatively inconsistent. The cows, goats, and sheep tend to sometimes move, but most of the time they just stand around doing nothing, which is great as your fence doesn't have to be too high. If your fencing area is also not large enough, I also noticed that my cow babies that spawned would often end up outside the fence or stuck in the fence, and they would just start progressing further and further away from the whole fenced area. When you log into the game, usually the animals will be triggered and will start to move and run around. After a few seconds, they'll just stop and stand still. If we move to the other extreme, you have the randy boars. Their AI is off the charts. They breed like rabbits and will charge at you every now and then, which is actually quite fun and great, as if they do get out of your fenced area, you can easily lure them back to the farm if they escape. And they don't cause any damage with their charging attacks. Besides the weird glitching, which we can live with, I have struggled to get the sheep and goats to breed. Anyone else with that experience? Well, please drop me a comment. Discord user Soransis asked, is it just babies dropping, or can we actually make slaughterhouses to some extent? So, this is my take on it right now. Can we make this into a meat factory? The answer is yes, especially boars and cows. Kane has decreased the baby spawning time to around about 60 minutes in a later version. So for now, slaughterhouses can be achieved quite quickly. But after a while, they may get a little bit out of hand. Kane also said that there is an old age feature built in, so there is actually a chance that your animals will kick the bucket naturally. This suggests that if you find one baby, before you actually put it down, you should wait until you have another one of the opposite sex. For the sake of immersion and having some animals, this system actually works quite well, except for a couple of spawning and breeding glitches now and then. Kane has said that this feature is working at a really basic level, so there will be problems, and I hope that these will get addressed. So hopefully just have a bit of patience. What is really cool is that he's also thinking about having rabbit hutches and maybe even deer added to the list of options. But for now, this is really just a means to scratch that itch, and Kane has certainly provided that. Thanks for watching and hopefully clicking that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.